Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective. And today I'm coming at you with a brand new review for Ready to Love. This is season 9, episode 1, Hot and Bothered. I'm telling myself right off top, okay, off the rip that I am not about to let these people get me all worked up. I'm not about to be in no tizzy. I'm just not. Y'all try to remind me because sometimes y'all know I be still getting up into a tizzy. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about books, TV, movies, all kinds of things on this channel. And if you're looking for an internet community, you found it. Go ahead and subscribe, okay? If you're returning, welcome back. Hey person, hey girl, hey, okay. You already know the drill. Get down into the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode. Let me know what you think about my commentary, your predictions, etc., etc. And don't forget to like this video before you leave, okay? Let's get into it. So the structure of the show has changed a little bit. I feel like they've been listening to us complain about a lot of things and they are going to try to accommodate. I still see that they're eliminating people on the same night, which is annoying. But I do see that they've incorporated a few things to kind of help save people from being eliminated. I still feel like eliminations should be eliminated because there's someone for everyone if the goal is truly to find love on this show. If the goal really truly is to find love, baby, drama will follow regardless, okay? But anyway, and I'll talk about it in just a second. So let's get into some of the couples again, or some of the singles. The original structure was like 20 people, okay, would all meet around somebody's pool in the backyard at some Airbnb, okay, and they'd mix and mingle, and they'd either eliminate a man or a woman or 2 men and 2 women or whatever what that structure was. But now what they've done is split it up. So they have just 10 singles, okay? 5 men, 5 women. And then they're going to have the brunch, which is something they typically do. So that brunch will have an additional 10 singles, 5 men, 5 women, I'm assuming. Okay. And so we're starting off with the first batch. We've got April. She's 41. She's a pharmacy director. So she's a pharmacist. I don't know why they said pharmaceutical director. They just said pharmacy director. It was weird because it made it sound like she was in pharmacy sales or something. Anyway, I used to be a pharmacy technician when I was, that was one of my hustles when I was in college because I had to pay for my school. Anyway, that was one of my hustles back in the day. Then we have LaRon, who's 31. He's a system ops manager. We've got Mika, 36. She's an esthetician. We've got DeMonte. He's 42. He's a fashion stylist and photographer. We've got Will. He's 31. He's a real estate developer. I wrote yikes in my notes. Will, he's very childish and very immature to me. William, 37. He's a comedian. Great. Right. Okay. We already know how comedians get off on this here. So, right. Anyway, William, 37, comedian. We've got Alexis. She's 32. She's an ops director. I immediately said, this is the girl that all the guys are going to like. Just very, universally pretty. So this is the girl that everybody is going to go up for at the end of the day. Okay. We have Dominique, who's 35. He's an accountant. I feel like Dominique is going to be the guy so far, because I haven't seen the other 10 singles, but I feel like Dominique is going to be the guy that all the girls are going to be fighting over because there's always one. And then, Kiyoshi, Kinono, Kanika, Koisha. I think her name Koisha. Y'all correct me in the comments. Koisha. Everybody say Koisha. I don't know. 35. She's a realtor. I like Koisha. Coco, we're gonna call her Coco, child. I like Coco. I can see Coco being a problem. Y'all know how I was with Janelle. It was very hard, very, very hard for me to pull away from Janelle. So I'm like Coco from a distance, child. I'm gonna like her from a distance. I know she gonna be a problem, and I ain't gonna shout too much about her because I know she gonna embarrass me. So Coco's a realtor, and then we have Glen. He's 41. He's a teacher. What the hell wrong with him? Okay. Glen was having a hard time in the confessionals. Baby, Glen was so nervous he ain't even show up. I said, why did y'all do this? Y'all should have left that out. Why did y'all include all of that? That was dumb. Anyway, that was dumb. So, I wrote my notes. I knew the boys was gonna love them some Alexis. She has an autoimmune disease, and she is a basketball and coach, referee, or something like that. But she also is a operations director. We get into the mix and mingling. Y'all know how we do. So they're mixing, they're mingling, they're talking. Will is being very obnoxious. Just ugh, like, ugh, boy, don't know, boy, ugh, like really being ill. You can see him talking with Coco, and he asked her for her contact information, and she looking in the camera like, nigga, I do not like you. Like, she really was not giving him the business at all. Coco was talking to LaRon, and she leaned into him as she was talking, and she asked him, why do you think I leaned into you? And his response was, maybe to kiss me. I said, okay, LaRon, you're immature. Why would she lean in? She don't even know you like that. She was like, no, I leaned in because you have a guard up, and I wanted to see if you would allow me to invade your sacred space. And I said, okay, Coco. That's what made me like Coco, y'all. That's what really made me like her. It seems like she's emotionally mature, but also emotionally immature as well. So there's like I can see her being the Janelle of the show. Anyway, I just feel like LaRon is the guy that she really likes, but I don't know if he's going to be able to match her where she is at. There's lots of mingling going on. I don't want to recap all the conversations because there was a lot of mingling going on. Dominique was talking to some of the women. Dominique was the one that really had a lot of conversation with the women, and we see that play out because there's a new feature that they're adding to the show, which I'll talk about in just a second. Who else was like not doing well? DeMonte was not doing well. He was, as the women were talking to him, you could see that he was talking a lot about himself, and we get a conversation between DeMonte and who was it? April. And he was talking about how he was like trying to get his life together. And here's the thing. Here's what I want to say about that. I know a lot of these men, I know a lot of Black men do not have an opportunity to actually let me think about what I want to say before I say it. Because I don't want to make excuses for people, but I also understand that Black boys are often labeled a lot in school. And I've had a brother who was labeled, and the pressures of society and the things that they have to deal with are very, very tough, very hard. And again, we're not playing the struggle Olympics at all with, Black women versus Black men. I don't want to do that at all. But I just think that DeMonte and a few other men on this show are not prepared professionally for these women. And so I feel like we're already starting off the gate wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of education wise, in terms of, status, and in terms of money and things like that, I feel like we're already starting out the gate wrong. Right. So, or not wrong. Ooh, let me not say wrong. I don't want to say wrong. I want to say imbalanced. There's an imbalance here. Okay. We've got some accomplished women on the roster, and then some of the men have these very not sketchy jobs, but yes, sketchy jobs. Like, is this a regular income comedian? How often are you getting a check? Right? You're doing styling and photography. How are you getting a check like that regularly? What are you doing? And not to say that you can't get a regular check from it, not to say that you can't be established, but that is a very sketchy, what are you doing on Monday through Friday kind of thing. You know what I mean? So versus these women who have regular jobs, who earning income, things like that. So I feel like this is probably, to me, I feel like this is going to be a continual problem as we continue to go through Ready to Love. Not because, for several factors, but also because I just don't know if they're really doing a deep dive like they should with these men. I'm like, there are plenty of educated Black men out there. I know that there are, okay? My boyfriend is an educated Black man. Who had no kids, right? And no record, no none of that. So they are out there. I just need Ready to Love production to be a lot tighter and a lot stricter when they go out and meet and find guys for the show. Okay. I think that will solve a lot of the problems. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about what I'm talking about, because I feel like I just ran off, just started rambling. But I'm for real. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's an imbalance professionally, economically, with these men and the women. And we really need to be vetting. We really need to vet. Okay. So we start playing a game. This is something that's new, that's incorporated, and I really, really, really like it. Okay. This game was where the men had to guess who they thought would say this certain thing, or who this particular fact would apply to. Okay. And I thought that this was an excellent way for the women to understand who was listening, who was asking the right questions, who was retaining the information as they were talking. And so all the men were guessing, and the winner of the game would then be safe from elimination. I said, that's good. I like that. Offer up opportunities for people to be safe from elimination. I like that. And test to see if they're actually really having real conversation. I really like that. I thought that was very good. Very, very good. So the winners, or the two contestants that were neck and neck in terms of actually listening and knowing who would say what, is Dominique and LaRon. Okay. The other three, I think Will, who was the immature ass, and then William, who was a comedian. I was like, I don't know if he really was talking to people. He also came in kind of insecure a little. William was kind of insecure a little bit to me. And then who else was sitting there? I can't remember the other guy, but those other guys weren't really DeMonte. That those guys, you can tell, weren't really putting in an effort. You could kind of tell, right? Either they were preoccupied mentally, or they were very nervous, and it just wasn't coming off very well. So the winner of the game ended up being Dominique, because he literally knew pretty much everything, had conversations with all of the women, and stored that information. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I appreciated the effort that was made. They then disperse back out. Dom is protected from elimination, and they go back out again, and they're still mingling as they prepare for eliminations. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me flip over my page, because I said, oh yeah, this is that conversation with DeMonte and April, where April was like, it's a no for me, dog. You should be established by now, or at least at a place of stability. Okay. And I agree. Kiosha Coco was talking to William, and William is a comedian, and he's saying that he wants to open up an organization to teach Black women how to use firearms. That's wonderful. So Coco was like, okay, so what are the steps that you use to, already do that? Baby William said he knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody about it, and Coco was like, okay, yeah, that's a no for me, dog. You're not doing nothing. You're not, and that's real. That is very real. That is very, very real. Very real. Okay, so Tommy's going around, you know how he usually does. He goes around and asks women about who they like, who's at the top, who's at the bottom. The women naturally say Dominique. I knew the women were going to like him. He does come off very gentle. He does come off like he's a good listener. He's proved that he is a good listener, etc., etc. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know what the additional singles are going to bring. So for now, Dominique is at the top of the list. Alexis says that, for her, Will is at the top, but she feels like he's a player. I said Will. Will is the Chris of the last group, not the last group, the group before, I think. The one that just didn't pick up on social cues and just had this inflated sense of self. Okay, just yikes. Anyway, and then Koshia, I don't know. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She said, just LaRon. LaRon is the only one. And then we get into the bottoms, and Alexis immediately says LaRon. And in the confessional, Coco says, I almost smacked that girl in her face, Alexis in her face, for talking about LaRon. No, he not at the bottom. Don't make me take my earrings off. I said, over a nigga you just met, girl. Yeah, okay. Coco, okay, girl. I see where we going with this. Mika is very pretty, by the way. I loved her braids and I loved her nails. Mika said Will was at the bottom. Again, Will is that very immature, inflated sense of self. Will seems like he would be a Kevin Samuels follower. I'll just put it like that. I said I knew Will was gonna be at the bottom, child. I knew he was gonna be at the bottom. We ended up getting kind of a mix up between not a mix up. We get a flash over to who the guys are liking. I think from what I remember, the guys are saying Misha. Who was it? Misha, Alexis. I think those are the two names that I heard from the guys. If I'm wrong, get down in the comments and let me know. But ultimately, the two guys that are on the chopping block, it was DeMonte and it was William. So DeMonte is the fashion stylist / photographer, and William is the comedian. They end up sending DeMonte home because they just said that there were too many questions about him and his stability, etc. And I said that that's good. Send him home. I'm still side-eyeing them why they haven't sent Will home, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with production. I don't know, but if we do this right, Will should be going home next, okay? And that's the Kevin Samuels inflated sense of self guy, okay? Anywho, next week we are going to have the brunch. It's going to be 10 additional singles, five additional women, five additional men. I really wish they added an additional man because of Glen, who decided to back out. I don't know what the hell his problem was, child. He was an issue even in the confessional, y'all. I was like, y'all should have known. Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode. Are you going to be watching with me? Because I don't want to watch this by myself. Watch the show with me, please. Anyway, I'm liking the new structure. There's still some things that I would change, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode, what you think about my commentary. Don't forget to like this video before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.